Well, Joseph Duggar from the TV show 19 Kids and Counting has been arrested on sexual assault charges involving a teenage girl.
2 doorknobs, both turned the wrong way. Locks mounted on the outside of 2 children's bedrooms. In a house police didn't search for that reason. They came following a 14-year-old's words across 2 states, across 6 years. By the next morning, the 7th child of America's most famous reality TV family was in a cell. 48 hours later, his wife was in another. And the show that had ended in scandal a decade earlier was about to fracture all over again. 6 years before any of this, a family vacation, a rented house on Danny Drive in Panama City Beach, Florida. The Duggars were there. One of them anyway. Joseph Duggar the 7th child of 19. By 2020, the TLC show had been off the air for 5 years. Joseph had a wife, 4 small children, and a quiet life in Northwest Arkansas. They were trying to be ordinary again. A 9-year-old girl was at that house that week. Not a Duggar. What she would later tell a forensic interviewer, 5 years after that vacation, is what put a 31-year-old man in handcuffs in March of this year.
No, nothing at all. Oh, sorry, I thought you said if I had anything on me.
You said not in my pockets. I mean,
Yeah.
I needed
No,
you got
no,
somewhere
no.
else. All right.
Nothing at all.
Any injuries?
Well, I don't have anything to trace.
Have you been here before?
You get it.
No, that's right. I think I got my brother went to school.
Police say the now 14-year-old sitting in a child advocacy interview room described several incidents during the 2020 trip. According to the affidavit, he asked her repeatedly to sit on his lap. He covered them with a blanket on the couch. Investigators say he touched her. Then eventually he apologized. Then this March, she told her father. The father confronted Joseph Duggar on March 17th. According to the arrest affidavit, Joseph admitted what he had done. The next day, Taneytown police walked the father through what's called a controlled phone call. They sat beside him, with a detective on the line, and told him to call Joseph back. Joseph said it again. He said he had touched her. He said his intentions had not been pure. Within hours, Taneytown had a warrant out of Bay County, Florida, the jurisdiction where the alleged abuse occurred. By 3 p.m. that Wednesday, March 18th, Joseph Duggar was in the back of an Arkansas patrol car, booked into the Washington County Detention Center, awaiting extradition to a state he hadn't been to in 6 years. The booking video shows him calm, polite. Asked if he'd been there before, he says no. And then quietly, almost like an afterthought, mentions his brother had. That's the shadow over this entire case. Joseph's older brother, Josh Duggar, is currently 4 years into a 12-and-a-half-year federal sentence, convicted in 2022 of receiving child sexual abuse images. He's serving that sentence in Texas. Josh has been trying and failing to overturn it. Local courts denied him. The 8th Circuit denied him. The U.S. Supreme Court declined to hear it. In recent months, he hired a Chicago attorney who once represented R. Kelly to take another swing at appeal. And Josh's case wasn't his only stain on the family. The TLC show was canceled in 2015 after it became public that, as a teenager, Josh had molested 4 of his sisters and a babysitter. His parents were accused of knowing for years before police were ever told that history matters. Because while Joseph sat in an Arkansas jail awaiting extradition to Florida, something else was already happening. at the family home in Tontitown. After the arrest, the Arkansas Department of Human Services and Tontitown Police conducted a home inspection. Standard procedure when minors live with someone arrested on charges like these. According to court documents reported by multiple outlets, what they found was unusual enough to trigger a second case: door locks, mounted on the exterior side of interior doors. 2 of them on bedrooms. Kendra Duggar, 27, charged with 4 counts of second-degree endangering the welfare of a minor and 4 counts of second-degree false imprisonment. Joseph was charged with the exact same 8 counts in Arkansas, on top of his Florida felonies. The 4 alleged victims of the Arkansas charges, according to court filings, are their own 4 children. Kendra was booked. She posted a $1,470 bond. She was out within hours. Tontitown Police later confirmed there was an ongoing investigation at the residence, though they declined to say what else they were looking into. The children were not returned to her. A court order barred both parents from any contact with their children. Days later, on a recorded jail call to her husband, released by TMZ, Kendra could be heard sobbing.
Hi.
Hey, this is Joe here.
Hi.
Hey, I know that
I'm-
we just know that we can't talk about a lot
Yeah.
on here. Did Travis get a hold of you?
Yeah, I've been talking to Travis.
Oh, good, good.
I've got him as my attorney right now.
Okay.
I don't know if you know that. I asked him to
wasn't-
be my attorney.
Yeah, I didn't know who exactly we settled with, but that's good. Good.
Well, it's not for you, it's only for me.
Saying her babies were her number one priority, Joseph said he agreed, 100%. A Duggar family spokesperson told the press the Arkansas charges are, quote, totally unrelated to the Florida case. That Kendra is not accused of any role in what allegedly happened in Panama City Beach. The 2 cases, they say, just happened to land in the same week. Joseph Duggar was extradited to Florida by the end of March. He appeared via video link in front of Bay County Circuit Judge Tracy Smith in gray and white jail attire. His attorney asked for a reasonable bond, citing no prior record. The judge set it at $600,000. Joseph posted the 10% fee. He flew home to Arkansas. As a condition of release, he is barred from any unsupervised contact with anyone under 18. He has not, according to reports, seen his own children since the arrests. In late April, Joseph and Kendra both pleaded not guilty in Arkansas to all 8 counts each. Joseph also pleaded not guilty to the Florida charges and demanded a jury trial. Kendra hired her own attorney, Travis Story, the same lawyer who once defended Josh Duggar. Their next joint Arkansas court date has been pushed to August 10th. The Florida felonies between them carry the possibility of decades behind bars if Joseph is convicted at trial. And not everyone in the family is closing ranks. Joseph's cousin, Amy Duggar King, a longtime critic of the family's culture, said she was not surprised that another, in her words, alleged predator had emerged from what she called a toxic system. But none of that goes to a jury. What may go to a jury is the recording. The controlled phone call where Joseph allegedly admitted everything to a detective listening on the line. Defense attorneys have one main path against a recording like that: try to suppress it, argue it was coerced. Argue the father pressured Joseph into a religious-style confession to something that wasn't actually a crime under Florida law. Legal experts call it an uphill climb. A 9-year-old girl, a vacation, 2020. She told no one for years. Then she told her father. Then she told an interviewer. Then 2 states started moving. The Duggars built a brand on faith and discipline and the ordering of 19 children whose names began with J. In the last decade, that brand has lost 1 son to federal prison and now has a 2nd son in 2 open jurisdictions, with his wife charged alongside him. The 14-year-old hasn't been named. She won't be on this channel. But what she did, telling, is the reason any of this is in a courtroom. If this story stayed with you, comment below with one word: believed. See you on the next one.